Henry David Thoreau said, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and to see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not when I came to die discover that I had not lived." How many of us are not deliberate in our living? We live lives of reaction instead of proaction. Thoreau also wrote that most men lead lives of quiet desperation, but today, most men lead lives of noisy desperation. There's a reason why Thoreau went to the woods, because there is solitude, stillness, quietness. There is something in solitude through which God speaks. Many of us never hear him speaking. We never hear his voice because we're so preoccupied with the concerns of life, we never stop to be still and listen. There's a story in Scripture about a man named Elijah who was a prophet, who had just made a stand for God in the face of great opposition, and now he's being threatened with death. In 1 Kings 19, it says that he went to a mountain to hear the voice of God, and a great wind came, but he didn't hear God in it. Then an earthquake, and next a tremendous fire, and he still didn't hear God in any of those things. But after that, it became quiet, and he was still, and he heard a gentle whisper. It was the whisper of God's voice. Sometimes God can only say to us what he wants to say in a whisper. But if we never take time to still ourselves and quiet our lives, we won't be able to hear him when he speaks. Joaquin Miller wrote, "God's poet is silence, his song is unspoken, and yet so profound, so loud and so far. It fills you, it thrills you with measures unbroken, and as soft and as fair and as far as a star." When is the last time you let God write you a poem? The last time you were still and listened for his whisper? Life can become so demanding and tiring, so much so that it deafens our ears to hear God, and we can end up putting great effort into things that simply don't matter. There is a side of God that can only be found in being still. Mother Teresa once said that God is the friend of silence. In his psalm, David writes that he leads me beside quiet waters and he restores my soul. There is a restoration that only comes in solitude and in quietness, because it's in the stillness that God whispers to us.